this is one of the benefits of the big, beautiful bill, apparently. He had the ability to take all these names off the Social Security rolls. This is something that I can't imagine how Democrats will spin this to be a bad thing, but I think that they're likely going to try. But I just like the crime in D.C., it's one of those things where Democrats really, they can't. So do you guys figure that they're going to try and spin this as bad, or do you think that they're going to just say that they're hurting people? Because that's the argument that I've heard in the past is, oh, they're taking Social Security from people that need it.
They're going to say that Trump is lying. They're going to say he doesn't have proof. They're going to demand to see this list in the names and how much money they were receiving. Then they're going to make up a lot. Then they're probably going to. I think they're going to manufacture a crisis. They're going to say Trump accidentally kicked a bunch of Americans off of Social Security, and they're going to have
that deserved it, that should have been there.
Yeah, that should have been there, and he mistaked them for an illegal immigrant. And this poor lady, and they're going to pay people to lie for them. I lost my Social Security after Trump made that statement. Right before he made that statement, and yeah, they're going to make up stuff.
Tay, is that going to fly with the American people? Because I think that this is one of those topics that Americans kind of know. Like, if you pay attention to politics, they know that Social Security is insolvent, and they know that and they generally, it's nonpartisan to agree that Social Security fraud is bad.
Yeah, I mean, I remember at the State of the Union address, Trump presented these findings for the first time. If I remember correctly, a few Democrats, there's like in the State of the Union, it's all about who stands up and who doesn't for certain things, depending on what your constituents want. But I remember when he was reading off those numbers, a lot of Democrats were like, yeah, this is actually pretty, this is pretty bad. This is a really bad look. Yeah, I mean, I think those numbers are correct. That Doge did a number on Social Security fraud, and it was really extensive. And the American people, there's a real anxiety with younger Americans, especially, that we're not even going to see our Social Security. So I think any attempt to shore up and guarantee that, or squeeze out any longevity out of Social Security, is going to go over really well.
Well, I don't think young Americans, a lot of young Americans, especially this new generation, they're not thinking about Social Security right now. Right. Not really young ones. If you're talking about kids that are like 18 and up, 18 to 25. I know when I was 25, I wasn't thinking about Social Security. I was having taxes come out my check. I said, where all this money going? Social Security. I don't want Social Security. Yeah. Give me my money. I got bills to pay. But I do appreciate that I am glad that they caught this fraud. But I want to see some people arrested for this. Who are the people that were cashing these checks, okay? And if these were illegal immigrants collecting Social Security, how do we know that these were not some crooked Americans coming up with fake Social Security numbers collecting these fake checks?
To be devil's advocate, real quick, he's saying that the names were on the list. They're not saying that they were receiving benefits.
Yeah,
so it could have just been a bug. It could have just
so they were not receiving benefits.
According to like Al Jazeera and these terrible news sources, I apologize. Watching posts are saying, and folks are saying they were not actually receiving them, but the names are on the list, which they could have received them. Nobody knows. I know.
I mean, even Donald Trump in this particular clip, he said that some of them were receiving checks. So there's 12.4 million names over 120 years old. Likely what that is it's just they haven't cleaned them up. So it's inefficiency, and it's not actually 12.4 million people that are committing fraud.
How do we know that it's something that they actually haven't cleaned up? Well, because it's 120 years old. How do we know that there are not people in government making up that like they found, like, I'm pretty sure someone that's working in government already knew this was going on. He said, wow, all these people collecting checks and they don't even know about it. And these checks maybe I'll start collecting this check of this person who died 100 years ago, somehow funnel the money here or make up some stuff. I don't know. But I doubt that nobody knew about this. Somebody knew about this.
Well, I mean, that's
and they kept their mouth shut because they were collecting that money too.
That's the whole.
I don't think that we don't have any evidence of that being the case. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible, and in this clip, like I said, Donald Trump.
It's a conspiracy. We don't have the evidence.
Donald Trump even Donald Trump said that there were people that might be collecting the checks, and I think this is actually just cleaning up the rules, because there's a significant difference between 275,000 illegals and 12.4 million names over 120 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we do see identity theft all the time with Social Security numbers, in which they have the Social Security death index. A name will go on there that they're dead. The Social Security number is cleared, but it takes a little while for that record to be formally updated. And then someone that's here that's illegally will take that number, use it for E-Verify, use it for something else. Presumably in this case, Social Security benefits. It happens a lot. So with the amount of illegal immigrants that are in this country, and there's a lot of really reputable organizations that estimate the numbers far higher than 12 million. I mean, a couple million illegals on Social Security is probably an undercount, if anything. I mean, there's probably a lot of them. Because think about the amount of people working using E-Verify. Yeah. You can see it firsthand. People in the comments will have anecdotes of people bypassing
Here's an anecdote for you. I worked for the state of Pennsylvania. I did welfare for a year and a half during COVID. And we wouldn't get people's deaths. Like sometimes it'd be like a year out.
Yep.
So we wouldn't know that they'd still be sending them their food stamps or whatever, the MA medical for a year out until we were able to put them in the system. Be like, hey guys, this person's deceased.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.